with roll call. Eric Larson.
Here.
Nancy Bender.
Here.
I'm Steve Timothy. Lynn Snow.
Here.
And Chris Squire.
Here.
And Lynn is excused, and we don't have a last person to fill the last seat yet. Still working on that. So let's just jump right into it. Look at our minutes from our last meeting. Did anyone see any changes that needed made?
Looks okay.
I didn't. No one else? Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make it. I'll second.
I have a motion by Chris to approve the minutes and a second by Nancy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Let's start off with, we will enter into a public hearing for a conditional use for Forever Buddies Rescue. Who is
Okay.
gonna come up and tell us all about it?
I guess what this,
Right where the two S's.
so I managed the animal shelter in Roosevelt and I started the rescue 10 years ago. And just continue to rescue animals out of there and running out of places for them to go. We get a lot of people from all over that want to come and adopt from the rescue and the shelter, but we just think maybe separating it from the shelter where everybody thinks it's all one, and having more room to house animals. It's just a benefit both in the end, I guess, if that makes sense. Today, you probably could word it better than I can. I don't do good with this stuff, but,
Okay,
because animals only have a week. So we're like, as soon as we get in, trying to find their home, get them back home. If they don't get back home, then we're right to work trying to get them out of there.
okay.
So,
So just information, the building they want to move is down in the M2 area. It's the one I believe that I have the pointer on.
Yeah.
Right here. It's the building that they're looking at.
The brown and the white.
Right, this one right here.
Yes.
This lot right here.
What are you gonna do with the building?
That's where they'll have the.
That's where you have to rescue.
mhm.
And as far as dealing with animal waste and everything, they have plans for dealing with it the same as the shelter does.
So that's Kevin's building.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're good for it, so.
Where is the building? Where is it? Yeah. It's basically
In
down
industrial park.
2000 west in the industrial park. Down there, it's kind of,
You know where
right
Martico
close to the rental.
It's really one of the first buildings that ever was in there. Can't remember what it was at first, but it was first.
You turn north at the light and then first.
Right. The county yard is right over here in this corner, where the county has their yard. It's just on that same road, just before.
So do you house the animals inside the building? Is that where you have?
Yeah, well, we have kennels. We already rent the building behind the shelter from the city, but it doesn't house very many. And then our cats and stuff we have in foster homes, so we just think it'd be nice to have an extra,
A larger area.
yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I couldn't see anywhere where our ordinance allow a shelter. The way I read them.
A shelter specific, absolutely not. It talks about veterinarian. There's 3 different scenarios that could be closed. And that's why this is coming into conditional use. It's something we probably want to incorporate in the area. And I think on the right, we said, let's bring it in for conditional use, look at it, and then pass it on to council, to make a final decision. And then this here, like I say, there's veterinaries allowed, and there's a couple of other scenarios, but it doesn't say animal rescue.
Right. And that's kind of what I read, was there's nothing really that says it would fit here
Right,
versus here.
and that's why we're bringing it in for conditional use. To have you, y'all look at it, decide what you want to do, and if we want to pass it on to council for approval.
And we're in a public hearing, so let's see if the public has any comments or questions about it.
It is a necessity though, unfortunately. It's a necessity in the community.
And it's in a heavy industrial
Right,
area.
right.
I mean, that
Right.
there's heavy industry.
Shouldn't bother.
Shouldn't
Yeah,
bother
shouldn't
anybody.
bother anyone. Okay,
What kind of hours would be involved as far as 5 days a week, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
5 days a week?
Yeah, I haven't really decided yet. We're trying to see if it's gonna happen, but, probably at least 5, 6 days a week.
It could be that open to the public, but you'd have people attending the animals.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It really isn't any different than we do now. We just have to make appointments because our dogs and stuff are in foster homes or in the building behind. And like I said, it's hard because everybody knows I have the rescue and they know I have the shelter. And so they come wanting to see a rescue dog and I'm like, well, I'm at work right now. So it just, I think it would be easier.
separate them more,
Yeah. But still kind of the same, like, I think it would help.
get rid of the gray area.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, we don't have any other questions or comments from the public or the board. To close our public hearing and entertain a motion to either approve or not approve the conditional use permit.
I move approval, and we approve it and send it on to the council.
We have a motion to approve by Lynn and a second by Eric. Any more discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, moves on to council. All right, our next one, John McBride. You're the spokesperson.
I suppose. I just want to put a garage up. But it's not stick built,
Okay,
and it will, I'm gonna do everything I can to color match it, and then it's pre-engineered. Just a coast-to-coast building, there's tons of them around. No, it's a bit of a sore subject for some people,
To explain things further, if we anything other than just a small metal building, it's city policy now that it comes in for conditional use. So the public can have comment on going in. If it's built to the, the building code, stick built, stucco, this and that, then it just gets regular approval. But anything that is metal building now comes in for conditional use in the residential zones, other than an R1. R1s they won't, but any of the other residential zones, 120, 10, 6, 18, and 13 need to come in for conditional use.
So where does it gonna go exactly?
we're on the lot.
200 north, just up on the,
It's right here where I have the cursor. This is your lot, isn't it, right here? Have I got the right one?
Yeah.
yeah,
And he wants to put it right back here in this corner.
Yep.
And I think if let's see, let me close out of here and go back to here. And I believe if I scroll down, I think you brought up
Picture, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
of the building that he's interested
Is yours the house that's been for sale?
yeah.
in. Is this the one?
Yeah, similar to that, it's gonna be slightly larger and a different in color, but
the color's gonna be closer to your house to,
I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to my house with what they have to offer, yes.
okay. Are there any other concerns, Dean, with staff on this?
No,
Because you'll setbacks will be taken care of all
the
that.
setbacks, he has the setbacks, distance from his home, and everything's good. It's just any large metal building will now come in for conditional use.
Well, let's, enter into public hearing, to discuss a conditional use. Anybody of the public have any questions or concerns on this one?
Did you tell us the actual size and height and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I would just wanted to go 30 in width and 24 in depth, because that's what I have room for with the setbacks. And on height, I was just gonna pour probably a 2-foot stem wall with an 8-foot wall, making it a 10-foot tall building. Similar to what you have, however, the style a little different.
And this change since you put yours in, if you were
Yeah.
2 years now, it would have to come in for conditional use.
Anyone else?
It's just for garage
Yeah,
vehicles.
yeah, have some side by sides and stuff. Yeah.
Storage, whatever.
Yep. Should build a bigger one on the house, I guess.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that he said he's gonna put his side by sides. That looks better inside the building.
Yeah.
That's just driven around.
Yeah,
I found that with ours, you know.
Like cleans things up because you can hide it in a shed or a garage.
Well, we were told it was gonna be big enough, you could pull a semi in it and tall.
I don't have that much.
Basically, the height of the buildings can't exceed the height of the primary dwelling.
All right. If we don't have any other comments, we will close our public hearing and entertain a motion on this item.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion from Eric to approve the conditional use permit,
I'll second it.
second from Nancy. All in favor?
Does this go to the council and after
Yes.
us?
Yes. You will.
It will go to them and they'll have a hearing also.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Paula, it's your turn.
Thank you.
I'm kind of in the same boat as he is. I'm looking at doing a building big enough that I can put my fifth wheel under to keep the elm seams out of it and my boat and the four-wheelers and stuff. This is only a 3-sided one.
Okay.
I believe this property, have I got your right property here? I believe I did.
Yeah, that's it.
I've got your property here. This is his property. It's right on the corner there.
6th East is on the right. 4th North.
Yeah, he just got a skin.
Now, I'm trying to kind of get it where you can see it. He just wants 3 sides. He has a large motor home and a really nice boat. He just wants to get it undercover.
So how tall will it be?
The very center is 15.6. The sides are 13. They are considerably less than what my house is.
And the setbacks will be, they'll be 25 feet from the property line and everything's fine. He's got a very large lot there, plenty of room. He just wants to put his property undercover. And it's the same situation. It's metal, so it's not conventionally framed, so it needs a conditional use.
You're still gonna put a cement foundation under it
It's gravel.
It's gravel.
and just anchor it into the
Yeah, they'll put, I think they said 24-inch anchors in. And then it'll have a 60 low capacity snow.
Oh, the lot coverage, it fits with
Yes.
percentage of lot coverage.
You wanna see the breakdown of
He-
it?
In the area he is, he covers 50% of our property.
Oh, yes.
And there's there.
Right.
And there's one.
This
This
is
is what, this is it. It's,
back here.
actually, it's right here.
Okay.
So we have a photo here. This is right here. Sorry, I
That's fine.
I think his is 1/6, he can cover 50% of the property.
We have a hearing, is it a public hearing?
Let's enter into a public hearing. Now consider this in the public hearing. Do we have any questions or comments from the public that is here?
So it's just gonna have open ends on it,
Just one end.
just one end.
I'm
So
trying to
Open to
get
the,
wind,
open to the north.
them, yeah, up and to the north, because that's the way the road is. In my
yeah,
driveway.
and wind will bring a lot of stuff
Yeah.
inside.
See, I've got neighbors that's got 4,000 elm trees and they drop seeds. That's actually stained the interior of my boat that I cannot get out.
And when he says he has elm trees, that's an understatement.
It ain't
Not his, they're his neighbors.
You gotta have a permit for those. I totally agree.
Okay. So hearing no more comments from the public.
Good idea. Stay in your boat.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Well, when them seeds start falling, I get that much in my boat and it's an every day that you gotta go out there and clean them out.
We'll close our public hearing and entertain a motion. Robert, you want to?
I move approval.
I have a motion by Lynn to approve. I'll second it. Second by Chris. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, now that one gets to move on to city council. Go on to the next step. Okay,
I think that's everything.
do we have any other business anyone to bring up to the board tonight? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Lynn,
Second.
second by Nancy, all in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.
For those of you who are still here, just so you know, this will be on the agenda for the next city council meeting, which is on
21st.